Hello students, welcome to Sir Educates. This lecture is about neuromuscular junction. In my previous videos, I have explained the synapse and types of synapse. If you want to know information about that, just click the link below in the description or press the I button. Now, if we take the neuromuscular junction, it is the junction between the motor nerve fiber and muscle fiber. So this neuromuscular junction, it mainly helps in the transmission of impulses from a neuron to a muscle fiber. That impulses helps in the contraction and relaxation of the muscle. As you can see in this diagram, so if you take this is the muscle, I just magnify a single muscle fiber like a skeletal muscle fiber, and if you take this is a neuron, so this neuron, it is the motor neuron. Generally motor neuron is also called as efferent neuron. This motor neuron, it helps to transmit impulses from the central nervous system to the effector organs like skeletal muscles. Now here the cell body of the motor neuron or cyton of the motor neuron, it is generally situated in the CNS, in the central nervous system. And this motor neuron or efferent neuron, it has myelinated nerve fiber. This is myelinated nerve fiber or myelinated axon. So here this nerve fiber at its terminal end, that we can call it as axon terminals, it loses its myelin sheath like you can see in this diagram. So here as this axon terminal, it loses its myelin sheath, and this axis of the axon cylinder, it enlarges and it produces a depression in the muscle fiber, and that depression results in the formation of motor end plate in the sarcolemma of muscle fiber. And here if you enlarge this portion, it look like this. If you take the ultrastructural view of the neuromuscular junction, so here the neuromuscular junction, as I said earlier, it has an axon terminal. This axon terminal, it mainly has cell organelles like mitochondria and as well as synaptic vesicles. This mitochondria helps in the synthesis of ATP. As you know, it is a energy, means it is a powerhouse of the cell. So the ATP which are synthesized by mitochondria, that helps in the formation of a neurotransmitter called as acetylcholine. This acetylcholine is a neurotransmitter which is generally stored in these synaptic vesicles. So as in this diagram, you can see this one is the synaptic vesicles. These are the synaptic vesicles and these are the mitochondria. Now the synaptic vesicles that store the acetylcholine, in response to an action potential that reaches to the axon terminal, these calcium ion channels, it open, and that causes the influx of calcium ions. The influx of calcium ion helps in the fusion of the synaptic vesicle to the presynaptic membrane. This is how the axon terminal looks. And here in this synaptic knob, what we can call it as, it is synaptic end bulb, also we can name it as. This synaptic end bulb, it invaginate into the muscle fiber, and this invaginated area is called as the synaptic trough or synaptic gutter. And here you have to remember the synaptic trough is the neural part, which means it is the part of nervous system that is found in the neuromuscular junction. And now if we take the membranes, there are mainly two membranes are involved in this neuromuscular junction. One is presynaptic membrane. This presynaptic membrane is the membrane of synaptic end bulb. This presynaptic membrane is followed by a space. That space is called synaptic cleft, and which is followed by postsynaptic membrane. Here the postsynaptic membrane is the sarcolemma of muscle fiber, and this thick portion of the muscle fiber that is generally invaginated, so that depression is, as I said, it is called motor end plate. This motor end plate is the muscle part of the neuromuscular junction. Earlier it was known that synaptic cleft, it is just a gap, it is not having any role. But here this synaptic cleft, it is generally have a basal lamina which possess spongy reticular matrix. That basal lamina that possesses a specialized enzyme that is called as acetylcholine esterase, ACH esterase. Note down this point. So this ACH esterase is the most important enzyme. I will tell the function of this enzyme later. Now, what happens after the fusion of these synaptic vesicles to the presynaptic membrane? It releases neurotransmitter acetylcholine. This acetylcholine, it is generally attached to the receptors. Here you can see receptors in the postsynaptic membrane. So these receptors are nicotine ACH receptors. That means nicotine acetylcholine receptors. Now, when the neurotransmitter binds to these receptors, those receptors will open and that permit the entry of sodium ions. But most important point that you have to remember, to the normal synapse between neuron to neuron and to the synapse of neuromuscular junction is this postsynaptic membrane. It again forms several foldings. You can see here, these foldings are called as subneural clefts. Here the subneural cleft have a greater importance. Why? Because of the greater folding nature, this subneural cleft increases surface area. You have to remember, for the action of acetylcholine neurotransmitter. And the second importance is, in the subneural cleft, an approximate 30 to 40 million receptors are there. So these receptors, that means the acetylcholine receptors, are about 30 to 40 million, which again further helps in the binding of acetylcholine and further contraction of the muscle. So now these acetylcholine which are released in this synaptic cleft, when they bound, generally attached to this receptors, and when they bound attached to the receptors, these are the ion gated channel. These channels will open and that permit the sodium ions. When sodium ions enter into the muscle fiber, there is a change in polarity and that generate action potential in this direction and as well as this direction. So that action potential causes contraction and successive relaxation, contraction and successive relaxation of the muscle fiber. But one point I left here, I was telling about acetylcholine esterase. This enzyme has a greater importance. Why? Because the acetylcholine neurotransmitter that is released here, it will just remain here. For example, if it remains here only, that remain bound attached again and again to the receptors, and that causes the continuous contraction of the muscle, that may leads to severe problems. So for that purpose, this acetylcholine esterase enzyme, this enzyme break acetylcholine into acetyl plus choline molecule. This acetyl plus choline molecule cannot bind to these receptors found in the postsynaptic membrane. That is the function of acetylcholine esterase. So this is about neuromuscular junction. And one more important point you have to remember here, per one muscle fiber, there is only one motor end plate. That means only one neuromuscular junction is there per one muscle fiber, which means per one muscle cell. So this neuromuscular junction, generally it is situated most probably at the center of the muscle fiber. So this is about the neuromuscular junction.